Now, one thing that doesn't get nearly enough attention, in my opinion, in the golf swing is what the right shoulder does. And if you don't get this right, which almost everybody doesn't, then everything else in your swing doesn't really matter. Let me explain what I mean by this. Now, if I start my downswing and my right shoulder kicks out this way, more toward the golf ball, that's that kind of steep over the top. That's what everybody starts out with. We slice across it. You know, that's that weak shot. Everybody knows that we don't want to do that. That's the over the top move. But what most people do to solve this over the top move is they think, well, I really don't like doing that. Let me just do the exact opposite and I'll drop everything underneath. Well, that right shoulder, instead of tracking down on plane, kicks underneath, left shoulder hikes up, and now all of a sudden we've taken that steep over the top. We've kept this steep angle, but we've dropped everything underneath. Well, that's steep starting the downswing and then stuck under late in the swing. That gives you those blocks way to the right. That gives you those snap hooks way to the left. And if you do either one of those, which I'd say probably 90% of people are doing one of those two incorrect right shoulder movements, golf's gonna get really hard. Now finally, I'm gonna show you what's going wrong with these. I'm also gonna show you the right way to have the shoulder tracked down correctly, where I can get shallow and on plane, deliver my club squarely through this golf ball, and play some great golf like the pros do. Let's go and get started. All right, so let's jump in with this right shoulder over the top first. And this is the most common one for high handicap golfers. I'm gonna set up here and go to the top of my backswing. Now from here, when I'm basically all right side dominant, this shoulder wants to kick this way, come out toward the golf ball too much. I open up, and now that puts me slicing it and pulling it over to the left. It's gonna slice back in. Well, the reason for this is we haven't learned to use the club face properly. Most players have the face too open when they first start out, because if I drag this handle toward the target, my face gets wide open, it goes to the right. So to solve that, we start coming over the top. That gets the ball to start more to the left, and when it fades back in, it's a pretty, playable shot. It's in the fairway, even though we've lost probably 50 yards of distance that we could be doing there. That's the most common one, and the most common solution to this, as I just mentioned, is not really changing any of the relationship of my club, my hands, my arms, my shoulders. I've still got that move where I'm starting down steep, but then I say, okay, I got to get everything going more this way and releasing. And what'll happen is players drop everything this way. The right shoulder gets lower. Now all of a sudden everything's more to the inside, but I'm still steep.
Now the blue brick can take a lot of the guesswork out of this.
This is set up to what the PGA Tour average is for vertical swing plane. So if I can match this plane, I know I'm doing it just like the pros. So I go ahead, I get my stronger grip, I get my good body positions, and then from here, I'm just gonna make a couple more practice swings where I pause kind of halfway down, and I wanna look back and make sure that this club is matching the angle of that stick. If I'm still steep like this, I need to shallow it out, and really just anywhere shallower than this is fine. The more draw you wanna hit, the more you go from the inside, the more closed that club face is. The straighter you want to hit it, you just match it up perfectly parallel with it. So I'm going to feel that position. Then I'm going to come back and make a couple practice swings where I do this. Good body alignments, good tilt, lots of room in here. I'm going to match it and pause. And then I'm going to go ahead and try to make a couple practice swings where I feel like I'm making that same swing plane that I just practiced there, but just making a fluid swing. So I'm not hitting a ball yet, I'm just getting used to the motion. Once you're used to it, go ahead and take a golf ball, move it about 2 club head widths inside of the stick, the alignment stick at first, to give yourself plenty of room. And then I'm just going to go ahead and hit shots, checking my body alignment, feeling like I'm moving under that stick the way we just rehearsed. And now that you have that nice square club face in a good body position, it's going to be way easier to swing under the stick.
Grab a blue brick today and dial in that Tour Pro swing plane.